Hello friends, this is Laura Audino here, Beazley ITRT with another PD in your PJs coffee break. Coffee break, we're going to get right down to business in 30 minutes or less, and we're going to go through some of these fun digital platforms. Today's session is on Google Classroom. On the slide deck, you can find links to everything Google Classroom, how Google Classroom works, how to create a class, all of the items set up here in the Google Help Center. Currently, under the COVID-19 crisis, Google has set up a temporary hub of tons of digital resources and tools to assist you in your efforts of distance learning. Let's get right down to business. Friends, the easiest way to log into your Google account is to go to google.com, click on the sign in. Once you've signed into your pgs.k12.ba account, click on your waffle and let's go directly into Classroom. Google is set up like most Droid apps. When you want to create something new, we find the plus sign and we click on that plus sign. It's going to give us a choice of joining an existing class or creating a class. Today's tutorial is on creating a class. First thing you want to do is name your class. If you teach different courses, language arts, math, maybe you want to name those by section numbers. Or if you're an elementary school teacher, you possibly want to set your classroom up as your name and followed by classroom. I'm going to do demo classroom for today's purposes. Section is not necessary, nor are any of the other pieces. I'm going to leave those blank. First thing we see is the invitation code to invite students to our classroom. When students log into their Google Prince George account, they will go to their waffle, select Classroom, and they will join Classroom using the code for the classroom you've created for them to join. All right, just a couple of things when we get to Classroom. Let's look at what we have. We can select the theme option here. We can change our appearance. We can upload a photo from our drive or from our device. Let's go ahead and select a stock theme. And since this is technology, let me grab that computer because it best suits our topic today. Now, when we think of our stream, when we look at the top, we have the four headings: stream, classwork, people, and grades. Stream is similar to social media. This, as you post, it will have the most recent post at the top and the oldest post at the bottom. Here you create announcements. Students can respond to your announcements. Using your calendar, you'll have upcoming events. So in our stream, let's share something with everyone. I can share it with more than one classes. This is great for high school, middle school, and junior high. If I'm teaching more than one section and I want my announcement to go across all sections, all classrooms that I've taught or have created, I can select them here. But this is just for our demo classroom. I'm going to just select demo, and it's going to be for all students. This is a great way if students have already logged in. You could decide which student saw this announcement, but since no one's logged into my classroom, I will leave the default all students. And let's say, welcome to Classroom. Let's look at some options under post here. If I would like to post now, I would select post. If I wanted to schedule this to post at a certain time, and I did not want students to see it until the time I've selected, I could schedule my post, or I could save it as a draft and come back with it. Let's go ahead and post. Going to our next tab. All right, guys, Classwork is the meat and potatoes of Google Classroom. This is where students are going to find their assignments and be able to turn in work based on what you've assigned to them. The first thing I like to do in Classwork is create my topics. Think about topics as housing the different assignments. If we were just to create assignments, it would be difficult for students to navigate and understand where to look for different expectations and assignments assigned to them. So if we create topics first, and we can create topics by content area, if we're an elementary level, or we could create by grading, homework, test, quizzes, journal writing. So when you set up your topics, think about the hub that is going to store and house the assignments you give to students. So we're going to look at our topics first. Let's take this topic and call this one homework. Let's create another topic. Let's call this daily classwork. Let's create a topic for test and quizzes. Excuse me. And let's create a fourth topic, and we're going to call this topic class resources. And you're going to see why in just a moment. Why would we want a topic called class resources? We can go ahead and create the assignments that will go below each topic we've created. I would like to create a basic assignment first, just to show you some of the parts of an assignment. Okay, friends, the first thing you're going to want to do when you create an assignment is to give your assignment a title. Using the Google Class Code, please create a Google Doc to explain how the class code is important when students join the class. That's my instructions. They're optional. But obviously, if you're creating an assignment, unless you're going to attach a file with the directions, it is beneficial to type the instructions there. I can attach a file from Drive, a link to the web, a file from my device, or embed a YouTube video that goes with my question. Let's search video. One assignment, an assignment across multiple classes through the For option. This is just for my demo class, so I'm going to keep it here. If students had already signed into my classroom, I could decide which students received this assignment. The point value, I'm going to make this one ungraded. I can set a due date. Why would I want to set a due date? Due date would appear in my stream for upcoming events. So I would like for this assignment to appear. Now, topics. If I do not select a topic here, I could drag and drop my assignment to the appropriate topic. But I could select my topic now and not have to do the work later. Let's take this and do a daily classwork. You can also attach rubrics. You can create or reuse a rubric from before or import from Sheets if you already have a rubric created. I can't really go into rubrics at the moment. If I did, it would not be a coffee break. We'd need an entire PD in our PJs for that one. All right, high school, middle school, originality report. Google will compare students' work when submitted to a database looking for algorithms where the work could have been plagiarized. So you can cross-check a student's work by selecting originality class reports. And when you select originality reports, make sure that it's on assignments that it's most valuable. You have a limit of 3 originality reports per classroom. So you would want to make sure that it's a report, an essay, an artifact a student was turning in that required research. All right, guys, so once we have completed all of the required fields, set up our parameters, before we click assign, we can assign now. We can schedule this assignment at a later date. We can save the draft of the assignment, come back to it when we're ready to publish or assign it to students, or we can discard this draft. Let's go ahead and select assign. When we go back to our classwork page, we can see our assignment is under the topic we selected. View assignment. It opens into student work. Here is similar to a grade book. We can see how many students have turned in the assignment compared to the number of students who received the assignment. I can have a student view of the assignment. Going back to classwork. And guys, if you ever get lost, just click on the classroom title. It'll take you to your stream page to where you have your options at the top. Going back to classwork. All right, guys, we've created a traditional assignment in Google Classroom. Let's look at quiz assignment. Quiz assignment is associated with Google Forms. By default, you are assigned a blank Google form that's set up in quiz mode that you can format and edit to create the quiz. If you have an existing quiz that you would like to attach to this assignment, it can be done so through the Google Drive link. You're required to title, instruction or optional. Parameters are the same here. You can assign across classrooms, individual students, set point value, due date, link it to a topic, connect the originality report. Remember, you're only allowed 3 originalities per classroom. I'm going to close this one out. Let's look at question. Guys, when you select question, it allows students to respond directly to the assignment in a short answer or multiple choice format. I'm going to select short answer. You would type the question, the instructions. You have the option of connecting a doc, form, Excel spreadsheet, any file from your Google Drive, link to the web, file from your device, or again, a YouTube video. You have the same options here with a few extra. Students can reply to each other. If you want students to be able to collaborate and respond to one another's comments, keep that checked. If you want students to only be able to read and view other students' comments, uncheck that. And if students are permitted to go back and edit their answer, check this box. Or if they submit, they've submitted and they're done, uncheck. And I could do the same here as far as asking now, scheduling, or saving as a draft. Remember, we created a topic for course materials. Course materials, or the material for the classroom, requires the same title. A description is optional. You can assign across your classrooms to specific students. You can select the topic it should go under, and remember we did class resources for specifically materials. And this is where I could link relevant YouTube videos to my topic, files, links to the web, or files from my Google Drive. If I'm doing a research project and I wanted to have all of the materials available to my groups to work, I could take and link the YouTube videos, the hyperlinks to the web, the document, the slide, whatever resources I needed my students to have available to them to complete the project can all be housed in one location under material. Reusing post allows you to use previous assignments from different classrooms. Guys, this is great. If you have an assignment from a classroom last year or a classroom you have now, you can take that same assignment and you can bring it into your new classroom. Okay, friends, we looked at assignments, quizzes using Google Forms, how to ask a question, post material, to reuse post from other classrooms, people. If you wanted to add a collaborating teacher, you could do so by entering their PGS email and they would have to sign into their Google account. Students, I can add students manually to my classroom by typing in their email address. Or students can join my class by using the class code. And remember that class code is visible on our stream. Google Classroom does have a grade book. Looked at the stream, classwork, people, and grades. Not really much we can do with people and grades at the moment with no one in our classroom other than adding a collaborating teacher using their @pgs.ba.us email address. Let's look here on the side. We can open the side menu. This will take us to all of our classes and they're set up in tiles. And remember, if we wanted to create a new class, we just look for that plus sign. Our to-do list will be based on the assignments we've created for our students. These are direct links to our classes. And if we are enrolled in other classes, folks who we're co-teaching with, we're going to see them here. Classes we have deleted or archived, and then going back to our settings. Take a look. You would want to receive email notifications. If students comment, mention you in post, to get notifications on classes you're enrolled in, notifications on classes you teach, and by default, all settings are on. Another really cool feature in Classroom, calendar. You have the ability to see all classes at a glance, or if you wanted to look at particular sections or classrooms you've created, you can choose just one. And remember, your items are based on the assignment dates you created. If you do not create an assignment date, it will not appear on your calendar or to-do list. Now let's go back to our classes. Let's look at the demo class we just created. I can see at a glance, I have an active assignment that is due Friday. Let's go ahead and open this class, look at our stream. Looking at our stream, we can see we now have an upcoming event based on the due date of our assignment. The announcement is updated on our stream. And we're ready to go to Classwork, create our topics, and then assign assignments to those topics. Guys, I hope this was informative and easy to follow. If you would like additional support on Classroom or an entire PD in your PJs, please let me know. Thank you so very much. And for additional support, please check out the links, explore everything Google Classroom, how Google Classroom works, to create a class, to creating an assignment. And check out those Teach from Home resources.